Tools and items that you'll need or may need is your new fan switch. I got this on Amazon. I purchased this one because it had the time amounts that I wanted. There's several out there, some go as high as 4 hours or 8 hours. Because I'm using this to control the fan in the bathroom, I really didn't need it to go more than 30 minutes. So you'll need the fan switch. Probably need a new cover plate that has the larger opening for your new fan switch. An all-in-one screwdriver is great. If you have one of these that has the interchangeable bits inside, perfect for this kind of work because you're switching between Phillips and a standard screwdriver lock. You may need some wire strippers. One of these standard screwdriver here, because sometimes when you take the old switches out, the wires are pushed into the back and require you to push in a certain slot with a small screwdriver like this to release the wire. Wire nuts, I think, came with a kit. First, you want to start with removing your old cover. So take out the switches or the screws. Once you have these screws removed, you can remove this wall plate. Before you do that, make sure you've tripped the breaker in your breaker box so that the power is not on. Once we take this plate off, we're going to be able to see the wires in there. If you have two switches like I've got here, I would recommend removing both switches, pulling it out at least, so that you have plenty of room to get the wires out. Remove the screws, pull the switches out. The screws are undone. We can pull the switches out and see what we're dealing with. So, as you can see here, we've only got black wires going to these switches. Black wire coming in here and here, and then the same thing on this one. Black wires going to each side. So if you kind of keep conceptually, if you've never done this kind of thing before, if you kind of conceptually think of the switch as a break in the line. When the switch is off, it breaks the connection. When it's on, it connects those two so that power can flow through. I'm going to reach in here and get these white wires because we're going to use those. And also back there, so I'm going to pull all these wires out. So the green doesn't have a label on it, but green is kind of universally the ground. Ground is going to be connected to those bare copper wires, these ones here. And then red says load. Load is the item it's going to. So in this case, the red is going to the fan. The next one says hot. That's your power. And then white is neutral. We're going to just simply connect white to white, black to black. Red is going to be connected to another black wire, which is somewhat confusing. But if we look at these wires here, we can sort of figure out which one is hot or which one's the active one and which one is the load wire. So here's our fan. It's only got two wires going to it, so we know one is going to be hot and one is going to be the load. Well, if I look at this bundle of wires, there's all these black wires coming into here, into this cap, and then two come out. One goes to this switch and one goes to this switch. So this one's the power because we've got all these wires coming together, powering up all the wires in this bundle. One goes to this switch, one goes to that switch. So then we know that this remaining wire that's just by itself and single, that is the one that goes to the fan. So that is how we're going to connect this. Even though these switches didn't use any white wires and they don't have any ground wires, this new one does, and so we're going to use all of them. So this switch has a wire pushing in through this hole, and then the other side has a wire looped around this screw. So to remove this one, it's easy. You just undo the screw, loosen it up, and then kind of finagle that wire out from behind that screw. This one, on the other hand, requires this screwdriver that I was telling you about. If you look, there's a little slot right here, right behind it. and I won't be able to do this probably with one hand, but you're going to push in there, and that's going to release a clip, and that will allow you to pull the wire out. Okay, so I pulled this wire out and got it free, and I began to unscrew this one, and then I realized this is just a little pigtail wire that goes up to this cap, and you may have the same thing. If I take this cap off, the switch just has this short little wire. Well, that's kind of the equivalent of what we already have with this black wire, this short wire coming out of our switch now. We don't need to go through the hassle of taking this off the switch because we're not going to use this little 6-inch, 4-inch piece of wire. We're going to use the one that the switch came with. Okay, we can begin wiring our switch now. We're going to use the wire nuts to connect everything. We're going to first connect the green to the ground, all these copper wires, so remove the wire nut. So you essentially want to line up your wire, twist it around a bit in the direction you're going to be turning, and then install the wire nut. Make it as tight as you can, and kind of pull on the wire to make sure it's not loose. We don't want it falling out. So there's our ground, and we'll move on to our load wire. So remember, I pushed this off to the side. This is our wire that goes up to the fan. So that's our load wire. So we're just going to connect these two together. Next, we'll move to our hot wire. This is our bundle of black wires. These are all hot wires, so we're just going to put them all together. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get them all together, but the wire nut will kind of guide them in. And then you want to test each one to make sure there aren't any that are loose in there. And then finally, we're going to connect the white wire. So we're good. So that is how you wire it. Now, getting these back in can sometimes be tricky. You need more room in the box now that we have this bigger switch. So what I like to do is sort of take them one at a time a bit, and you can sort of tell the way they were in there before, but we want to just kind of bend them and shove them to the back as much as we can to give us more room. This white one I'm going to just shove all the way to the back. And these black ones are going to compress together. You kind of got to bend them in the shape of an S sometimes just to fold them together. And just make sure all the wires are pushed into the back of the box as much as you can. And then, so just finish screwing all these in and put your wall plate back on. You might hold off on putting your wall plate to make sure that, that everything's working fine. So you might flip your breaker first. Okay, with the power back on, we can test. So light comes on and the fan comes on. So you can do 5 minutes to turn it off, press the big square button at the bottom. If you want to change the time, you just push any of these buttons. Whichever was last used is what the big button will turn on and off. So if you want to leave it at 15 minutes, you just select the 15 minutes, and then you can press this button to turn it on and off. You can also press the timer button, but pressing it again will just reset the time. To turn it off, you press this bigger button. So everything's working, so I'm going to turn the breaker back off. I've left these slightly loose so that I can move them and center them so that they'll fit on my switch just right. I've lined these up so that they'll fit on this wall plate. So then I can finish tightening these down. Now we can put the wall plate on. This is where this screwdriver comes in handy. Can't speak highly enough about these switches. They're great. They've saved a ton of electricity, I'm sure, in our home for not leaving fans on for all day long. Thanks for watching.